So you didn't get any spare skates, which was a bit disappointed from EndGame Gear. In fact, you didn't really get much. You got a cable and you got your dongle. This is EndGame Gear, which is easier to spot, not just the generic black one, which is good. And you get the EndGame Gear logo on it as well. So at least you can tell which one it is when you've got it on your desk, because I've got a lot. So if you're like me, you'll have plenty. The other thing that was noticed on the cable, they've also kinked it, so which is a good start as well. It's kind of like, so when you plug it in, if you haven't to run on the cable, battery is a bit short, you can you get a nice little kink up in it on the stiff. Damn. And then you've got the, it's obviously USB-C, which is good. Not on this micro USB shite anymore. Goody goody. Not bad, 63, okay. Take that. The white version's lighter, interesting, because it was a gram heavy, it's a 62. Okay. That means I've got to use the old EndGame Gear, which I've actually modified already. But that'll be the compared one. So we'll give it a comparison. You can see instantly it's exactly the same shape, I would say. Scroll wheel looks maybe different. My first impression is this anyways. I think the white's the better looking one because I like the logo for some reason. I think the black version is just a little bit, it's got a logo on it, you can just see it. But I think the white looks better. Maybe the combo is better, but it's going to dirty up or yellow probably. USB-C, coatings. It's one of the hardest things to try and tell you what it feels like, the coating. I like it, I can't tell. The black one feels slippier than the white one, I would say. I can't tell if it's the original coating now on this older version. It's been hacked up a little bit, so it's been on my desk a bit. It seems to have gone a bit ming in the coating from the OG. But it must be 3 years old, maybe 2. Hard to explain which one I prefer though. Loving the skates. First thing I noticed is how much better these skates are. They're finally, not them, but people are finally listening to what we're saying. Still got to have certain size skates, a bit more like a Zowie skate this, but they are rounded. These are nice. Some people might prefer a smaller option, but you could always change them easier. So when you have a smaller skate option, you can't. Like the original one had the option to have the larger skate and a smaller skate. Don't mind that, but I'd rather have a flat base. People need to avoid cutting in like sections of the base. Like Logitech still have that rim on it, and the front skate on the Superlight's horrible. Whereas Pulsar kind of done similar, like a slightly bigger skate at the back. But I think you can shrink them. Can't work out which size skates I prefer. Which ones do you reckon you would like? Like I definitely like the longer skate. I don't like split skates. Click wise, I think it sounds pretty nice. These Kale Opto mechanical ones are nice, man. It's very different. The better Opto mechanical switch I've heard. Best one. Tidy. I've modded this one, so it's a stock cheaper right there. Stock bolt. He's got K8s. Quite a bit of pre-travel there. Bad side buttons on that thing. Optomechanical Razor version, but in the Pulsar. Just the feel on these, I don't know if I like them. Definitely nicer than the XM1. Switch wise, it's a nice Optomechanical. It could be definitely the better one on the market at the minute, I would say. I'll have to look at the button setup in a minute, but it's pretty tasty, man. Tasty, tasty. Real quality, we had to play around with that. No real rattle, because you really go ham on it, so. Sound very nice to do indeed, don't they? The mains, pre-travel, let's have a look. Which is normally a problem for mice. Looks pretty good. Maybe a little bit on that left one. Good side switches though. Can't tell whether the micro or they feel like the micro ones, but we'll find out. We shall see. Pretty decent movement, to be fair. Maybe a fraction if you're that bothered, but some of the best button actuation. That's why it sounds so nice. You've seen. I don't know what the mode button is. So you've got on, off, and then a mode button. Not sure really what that is. The thing I did overly like about the XM1 was the narrow front, but I'd kind of liking that a bit more recently. The lower front. Maybe there's more mice come out of lower fronts and the small scroll wheel, but again, it's not really bothering me today. So maybe I'm adapting. It's got the same kind of scroll wheel size as a Pulsar, which I've been using a lot of. So maybe. Overall though, it's pretty nice, I've got to be honest. Looks alright. We've got movement on the buttons. A little bit. A little bit of wibbly wobble, but seems slightly better, but nothing, I would say. I don't know. Depends if you push it at a weird angle. If we're being really picky. Or if you push down and you move your finger to the side. We compared it to like the king of movement. It's a bad example, like. What was it size wise? Let's measure it up properly. It's fractionally. There's nothing in it really. But maybe a fraction shorter, the wide one. Maybe a little bit. Yeah, a little bit shorter maybe. Narrower. Highest points to do it. It's about the same on the front. There's something I think people miss is how wide the buttons are. He's got big ass buttons, man. And we've got sausage fingers. A little bit narrow, but kind of a little bit awkward. He's like me, nocturnal. It feels about the same, yet. It's a bit harder because I haven't got the USB port, but I'd say it's the same. It looks slightly forward though. That'd be where it'd be if it was in the middle. Not as forward as the MM712 we tried on Friday. I think it was a monster. In terms of its positioning, it took me a while to get used to that on Tarkov. Holy moly. You'd hope it was centered. Did they make the scroll wheel bigger? Yeah, kept it the same, okay. And there's the rear. I'm pretty sure these are going to look be exactly the same. I feel it. Don't see why you change that. Yeah, look the same. I like these side buttons because they're decent size and they stick out a little bit. So they're nice and easy to get, and they're nice and forward on the mouse, which is certainly a plus because a lot of people are putting them too far back. A bit narrower on the front. Narrow as you go forward. Maybe that one's more equal. So that's a subtle change. It's going to be nice, man. I haven't quite like the bigger booty. Reminds me a bit of a steel series, but it's exactly the same shape as the original OG. So if you like the OG shape, you're going to like this wireless one.